Hey everyone, Chris Shoki back with yet another toy review, and this time it's going to be on the Jack Specific Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie 5-inch Sonic figure. And I actually got this guy, I believe, yesterday or the day before, I don't remember, but I found this at my local Target. He was actually the last one on the shelf. I did find the 4-pack that included Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Shadow. Though Sonic and Shadow, you push their stomachs and they light up, and Tails has a more angry expression. And that's also the pack that comes with Knuckles. Even though there is a single-carded Knuckles that's released in the in Series 2, this is the Series 1 Sonic. And, you know, I'm actually surprised. I'm surprised by this figure. And I thought the Jack Specific Sonic Prime 5-inch Sonic was good. But this guy, I'm amazed. But, of course, there are certain things that I'm not really a fan of. But we'll get to that we'll get to that soon. But anyway, let's take a look at him. And as you can see, his eyes aren't really, what's the word? Aren't really bright because there's actually a plastic over the eyes. Because if you have any of the Super Mario Brothers movie figures, you'll know that the Jack Specific did a thing where the eyes look like they're said to have realistic eyes, so it looks like they're like watching you. It doesn't really work. I mean, mostly when he's looking up at you or looking down at you. But side to side, yeah, no. I'm not really a fan of this feature. And, you know, he has a smile, which I wish he was gritting his teeth. He had a teeth gritting smile instead of the open one. I'm not really a fan of that. And again, this is based off his movie appearance, so, you know, shoes look different. His arms have blue fur. You can see he has a triple middle spine, and there's a triple middle quills. And the back quills, there's a third one in between these two. So yeah, he doesn't look bad. Unfortunately, I did skip out on the 4-inch Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie Sonic figures. They just didn't really interest me. But seeing these guys, I was amazed. I mean, I only found Sonic in the 4-pack. I didn't find Tails, Shadow, or Knuckles in a single card. Mostly the 4-pack and this guy. But yeah, I got this guy. And yeah, you know, he does look like he came from the movie. Now, he doesn't come with any accessories, which I kind of wish he did, because I will get into why later on. But anyway, hold on a minute, did I? Never mind. But anyway, articulation, it says on the ball pegs, so he can kind of move up and down, has a head pivot and rotate. His arms can move forward and back. He has a butterfly joint, which surprised me. And this one works a bit better. His arms can move out, but on mine they're kind of a bit ratcheted, but I don't know why. It's just, I really don't know why this thing is ratcheted. I really don't. He has a bicep swivel. He has single jointed elbows that do bend in a bit more than 90 degrees. He has a wrist swivel. His hands can move back and forth, but again, for some reason on mine they're ratcheted. And as you can see, his hands can open and close, which, I mean, it's cool, but if you watch King's Customs video, then you'll know that he said he wished this guy came with, like, swappable hands instead, which I have to agree. I wish Sonic and the other characters, like, you know, Sonic, Tails, and Shadow came with swappable hands. Well, Knuckles, for obvious reasons, he's more of a puncher. Though for some reason, on this, the ball peg, I mean, it's attached, but it doesn't really... I mean, this one doesn't really wiggle as much, but this, I don't know. It's like, it feels like the peg is a bit too long, or it's like not fully plugged in. I'm not sure. I really don't get that. But again, you know, but this guy, on this arm, the ratchet's a bit more stronger, something? I don't know. I don't get that. He has a torso movement. You can turn the waist all the way around. You can kind of crunch back and forth, inside to side, but not really. His legs can move forward about that far. He can move that back that far. They can swing out to his side, so you can do the splits. He has a thigh swivel, single jointed knees that bend in a bit more than 90 degrees. Unfortunately, there's no foot swivel. I don't know why they didn't give him one. But his feet can move forward, he can move back, and he has an ankle pivot. So yeah, articulation's not bad, though I wish he had a foot swivel. I mean, you could try to give him one by rotating it here, but this is not meant to rotate. So don't do that. And I forgot to show, these parts of the quills are like a clear plastic. So if you want, you could take a light and shine it through to make it look like he's glowing. But it doesn't really work out well. I think it doesn't work out well, but you know, it's not a bad figure. This is like superposer levels of articulation. Remember those figures from Jazzwares? This is like superposer levels. I mean, he has a bicep swivel, a thigh swivel. He has an ankle pivot. But the one thing the superposers have is a foot swivel. This guy doesn't have that. And he has a bit more range in the head too. So, yeah. Well, the superposers have a swivel in the head though. But the one thing the superposers have this guy doesn't is that the ears and quills move, which is weird. Though it is a weird type of articulation joint point, but But yeah, not a bad figure. I hope I find Tails, Shadow, and Knuckles eventually. But yeah. But again, I really don't know if this arm is, if the peg is too long or if it's not fully plugged in. But you see how it's doing that? I don't think it's supposed to do that. I don't know why. But either way, not a bad figure. But again, I'm not really a fan of how the eye feature looks. And, you know, this thing with the left shoulder and how his hands opening and closing isn't bad, but having swappable hands actually is a better option. And I know there are some people who actually cut the fingers so they can move independently. I would do that, but if you can see, it's really risky because I don't want to, because there's a chance I might ruin it and the fingers might fall off. There's a chance I might break it, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do anything with this figure. So for me, if I have to do something, I might just paint this red part white so it looks like he's gritting his teeth with a smile. Having a teeth gritting smile, I should say. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can say. And it's also another issue, he's kind of hard to stand up, but that's really all I can say. I mean, it's not a bad figure, not a bad sign figure at all. I mean, pick them up if you can find them. And, you know, just don't go to online retailers, because I've seen mostly Shadow go up to like 30, 40, to about almost $70 on eBay, which, why? But anyway, still a great figure. Pick them up if you can find them. But if you want, you could get the 4-pack. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can say. See ya.